Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Boise State Broncos, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. He'll bring it out. It's Angulo. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So Wake Forest offense will go to work first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my...
Turning it on! They're working that left side. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Apparently, line number one on the game plan, attack, now, immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play of the game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Angulo. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. And the Demon Deacons want to move quickly. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Flips it out in the flat. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a...
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Demon Deacons are threatening on 1st and goal. On the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wake!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
He'll bring it out. It's Koo. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Broncos offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. That's the way to get it out of your own end. Takes it all the way up to the 25 before going out of bounds. Off the RPO, complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Broncos with a long way to go after the loss loss on the last play. To the ground with the back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Broncos are facing 3rd and inches. Surging forward on the sneak. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And here comes the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop for this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got his man quickly. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. Now on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Wake Forest.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. There he goes. At the 20. Touchdown, Wake. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football, because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Broncos come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got his man. Slips attack. He smashes his way through again. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Broncos have this offense rolling. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Working that left side now. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. The Broncos line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Finds the tight end. He gets up to the 15-yard line as they're working their way away from their own end zone. And the Demon Deacons in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Complete. Open space at the 25. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Kendricks. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Demon Deacons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. And the Demon Deacons will try to convert on fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
He's got an open man. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Using the quick game. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Gets the back moving. Johnson looking to throw. Touchdown Broncos! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the left. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Right back to the well. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Looking to the big tight end. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. The defender was right there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. And back to the air on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Demon Deacons will snap it on 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one, and I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wake Forest!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to... He can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts the pressure really mount.
Look at that toughness just running through everybody. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Johnson wants to throw it. Makes the catch. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line. And the Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. It's complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
From the gun, the ground game.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Broncos come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
Tries to get it on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be first and goal. They convert the fourth down, but back to the line with no time to waste. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Johnson looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And that is no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Winston-Salem. What a fine performance we've seen. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Allegacy Stadium.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Koo. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Broncos will call on their punt team. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Last time they had it, just a thing of beauty. Great balance between the run and pass, and they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Motion from the back. Wants to fire on second down. Takes the easy one to the back. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. And when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. And the Demon Deacons line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Boise State. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. UCF has the lead right now, but this night's crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside the bounce. They're up by a field goal over Miami. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Here's a heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They just keep firing. Snagged out of the air. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Demon Deacons have their offense in high gear. Leaves it with the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that in route.
Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning. To take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. The Demon Deacons had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. To the ground, he's got it again. Makes a man miss. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck. That had to be a blown assignment. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He caught it! They will score! Touchdown, Demon Deacs! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his man down the middle. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get it...
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Great place to start for this offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Looking for more room. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Run it with the fullback. Across the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Demon Deacons have it with a first and goal. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Wake Forest. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
And a great job by the quarterback, Reese, making the right read. I got to get that defense to commit to me. Now I pitch it. Running back catches it. I'll take this. I'll do the rest. But it was a great read by the quarterback.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. He's got him. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Thompson. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Going downfield for the big play. Intercepted deep in his own end.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throw.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is